Previously on All About Parvin.
Hey, JB, how are you?
All right, how you doing?
It was right nice of you to bring me your lap like this.
Yeah, really. Huh? Okay, all you women, get on my lap.
Pretty soon you get the notion that maybe we're in this together, and are all those property rights, are we going to be able to do, quote unquote, what we want to be able to do on our property, exclusive of those other people's property rights?
He said, how much money did you give to Faye Stewart? I said, well, we didn't give him any. He said, how much did McDougal's give to Faye Stewart? He said, just do the math. It's all part of public record.
Hey, sun's up, bitches.
Most of us, I think most of us citizens out here think, well, geez, you know, we've got laws, we've got people we can depend on. We should be able to go back to those people and say, look, this is outrageous. These people are breaking the law. Well, fine and good, but the law's got to be on your side too. And the problem is the law has been weakened over time by the same kind of interests that are represented in the McDougal Brothers. And so as a consequence, what officials end up with is, one, a watered down product that doesn't really work to protect the interests of the common citizen, but in fact has been, through the kind of money that the McDougal Brothers have made and channeled back into legislation, has ended up corrupting those laws to the point that these people end up getting away carte blanche with the same thing. So it's an endless circle. They make the money, they continue to be able to make the money by weakened laws that they help to weaken by putting money in the hands of legislators.
I'm sure you vote, you pay taxes, you think the democratic process is something that works for people like you who work hard all their lives, and how does that make you feel when all of a sudden like that, something like this happens to you and your community around you?
Makes me feel like, we watch a lot of some political stuff nationally, and it feels like the system is very broken, and it feels like it's rigged against the people that work hard and pay their taxes and yada yada. So it's heartbreaking to think it's here. You know, it's this small of a community, and that we're still being affected in the same way that we read about it and hear about it nationally. It's sad.
Got my goat cheese and about to order a strawberry lemonade. What more would a person want in life?
A strawberry lemonade?
Yeah.
We don't have any lemons left. We have limeade and orangeade.
I'll have a limeade.
Okay.
One limeade then.
But where I really pucker up is when I look at Parvin Butte, what's happened. I really pucker up when I see that place, the way the McDougals and Demers have left it.
It does it even better than drinking a limeade.
You got me, baby, I got you. I can't stay in the middle. Life's too short to live with my head up in the clouds. True story, yeah.
Get the impression they had a pretty simple wedding. What a beautiful landscape this was around here during that time. Highway 58 is right there. There's the catalpa tree. That's about over 50 years old, planted here. We're to the, almost directly to the west of Parvin Butte. We're on the west side, where there has been a lot of activity of road building and excavation. That most of the gravel work has been on the east side of Parvin Butte. And that's when a big machine, it's kind of like a grabber, has been ripping up parts of the mountain. Then a bulldozer pushes the rock over the side of the mountain, resembling something like a roar of a waterfall or even the sound of a football stadium. Very prolonged roar that happens that no doubt wears on the people in the neighborhood.
Now, the McDougals, this is to laminate how big a player these people are. They own about 154 companies, corporations, LLCs, limited liability companies, any number of things under any number of umbrellas. From what we've seen in the McDougals and the Demers, these are people who would like to have as much control, the basic resources in the county, as they can get a hold of. And they've done a pretty damn good job of getting a hold of that at this point. Parvin Butte is just one very small part of a vast operation for these people, particularly the McDougals.
Bob and I have been together for 25 years.
Oh, that's pretty far.
Yes, the time has gone very quickly. There have been a lot of interesting chapters. We're both committed to preserving the natural wonders of Oregon. So shared values keep our relationship healthy.
He seems like a feisty sort of character. Is he a little feisty?
Bob has a strong personality. He's a Scorpio and has a stinging tail on occasion.
Give me an example of a stinging tail.
He doesn't like injustice, and he doesn't like rape of the landscape. Parvin Butte has really wounded him to the core, the way that beautiful forested butte has been terribly wounded during the past few years. And he wants to fix the problem, which isn't always possible.
So is this like probably one of the most emotional issues Bob's dealt with?
I think it is the most, and a reason for that is that so many people in the community of Lost Valley and Dexter banded together and bonded over this issue. They want their quiet, healthy lives to continue, and they're incredulous that modest aspiration could be blown apart by someone and the bureaucracy that enables the mine owner to obliterate Parvin Butte. Very disturbing.
My mother and dad were on a date on a Sunday afternoon, all dressed up to his work site on the flume. And both of my parents had a real love of the landscape around here. Up until my mother's dying days, she would always comment on how beautiful it was, and always enjoyed looking at Mount Zion, which was overlooked Parvin Butte, and occasionally she'd get outside to look out in that direction too, to see Parvin Butte from our place in the south.
Yes, the thing was zoned for quarry mining and the like. But look here, we're talking about an icon of the community. We're talking about a feature in the landscape that is being allowed to be removed.
It's been 13 weeks since any activities occurred up there, and people are sitting back and thinking, this is really nice and quiet now. What's next? Listen to that quiet.
There's a certain tension in that quiet, I think.
Yeah, the anticipation, is it the calm before the storm?
You feel that?
To an extent, I also feel that I like to think that this is going to be a result of a bad economy, that this thing's going to get shut down, that there's not going to be money to be made off of it, and the people will be allowed to stay where they are in peace.
Next time on All About Parvin.
I think the only hope for the Butte and the people who live around here is for him to have a conversion, you know? And I don't know a conversion to what. you know, an environmentalist or a nice person or somebody who doesn't need this money, you know, to survive, that he could figure out that the unhappiness he's causing here isn't worth it. So he's got to have a big conversion. You know, an angel has to come down and tap him. That's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way.